I'm Beth Scheaf. This is my wife, Beth, and we've been coming to Highpoint for 7 years.
I started coming to Highpoint in college, and when Dan and I began dating, he started coming with me. We really made Highpoint our home and got plugged into young married small groups through our engagement season.
Engaging in this new way, in this new place, is something that is a little bit scary, a little bit daunting if you don't get to do it with people around you. Oh, you thought this during our conversation. I didn't know that about you. That's really cool that I got to hear you say that. Expand more on that. At the time, our growth group leader saw this in us. From there, it kind of started this journey on stepping into a leadership role for Beth and myself.
We welcomed 4 couples into our little apartment every week. Dan and I would sit down and we'd prepare what we were going to talk about and go through the material, write out questions. We had couples that walked through our doors and had been coming to Highpoint for 5, 6, 7 years and didn't know anybody. You know, it's really easy to show up on Sunday and be a consumer. By being in a growth group, you kind of have to crack through to the next layer in some ways. It's almost like we've welcomed people into not only our home, but our lives.
There was an opportunity for a transition from our end of things, from leading on a weekly basis to leading leaders.
It's been really great because we've seen small groups multiply. A guy that was in our small group who was a really active participant, when it came time for our group to multiply, we knew he and his wife were ready to become leaders.
And there was a need. Hey, you can clearly see we now have 25 people in this room. This is not a small group anymore. The things that we've been talking about with you over this last period, it's time to step into that.
Being a part of growth groups has really given us a spot to grow in our faith, to believe in, belong to, and become more like Jesus, not only in ourselves, but in our marriage, and then those that we've been in a group with.
If you're on the fence and you're just like, do we do this, do we not do this? The encouragement would be to say yes. The thing I think we've learned throughout the entire way of it, when you say yes to God, you can trust Him. God can invade and shape and mold your life. And that change takes place outside of the rows on Sundays because we're all chasing after who the Lord is and we're getting to experience Him too.